Good morning, it's Barbara. Look who's in the yard without a leash. Yay. I'm gonna let her pee in private though. She did just get up. And there's the other girl. Hey, pup. Let me get down to regular. Good morning. You're in the sun. That was, of course, Maisie. And here's our Gizmo. It felt warmer than 40 out there, but I was standing in the sun and I wasn't standing there very long. It's supposed to be pretty nice today. It's bright and sunny. That's great. Oh dear, I'm in the sun. Oh well. You'll be fine. Hey, pup, were you outside all on your own? You don't even know what to do with yourself, do you? It's our Pearly girl. She's feeling better. She's off restriction. Right? You're off restriction. You don't have to wear your t-shirt anymore. I'm wondering about these sort of nude colors, so I'm going to try one of these. My coffee... Oh, good morning. It's Barbara. Thank you for joining me for coffee. My coffee is still perking, or water's heating up over there, so... I'm kind of rushing this morning because we're got to get out the door early. I don't know. This whole lipstick thing, I'm not sure how it's going. Am I getting any better at it? Doesn't feel like it. Although, with a light color like this, I can hardly see I'm wearing lipstick, which doesn't surprise me given the, I don't know, I think I might have to. I may have to move. Maybe I'll move. And I'll go make my coffee and then figure out where to sit. That's a little better. Good morning. It's Barbara. Thank you for joining me for coffee. First sip. First sip in the morning. You don't see me taking my first sip very often. Good morning. It's a bright and beautiful day. Pearl is off restriction, and the dog door is open. It's a miracle. We've been careful. Dennis has put like a baffle on the steps going down the deck so that she doesn't leap into the yard. We think that may have been how she broke her leg in the first place. But she's been doing pretty good. She's pretty, been pretty careful. My glasses are so dirty. So we're not too worried. She really doesn't know how to go down the steps anymore. So I went back down behind her today, and I was not, you know, and we have little pieces of carpeting on the steps. They're hardwood steps, and so we had previous dogs, Melly, who got scared and wouldn't, you know, come down on the plain wood because she kept panicking. And so we have had, you know, little pieces of carpeting on the step for a long time, and she got off that, and her legs went out from under her. All right, I'm not a big, now that I can actually see this lipstick, I'm not going to say I'm much of a fan. I'm pretty medium on this whole matte lipstick thing, so yeah, we'll see. Let me see what I can do with it. I think I'm just gonna change it from being the matte to not being matte. This is the lip oil I got with my granddaughters quite some time ago, and it wets up this lipstick pretty good. Now, it's not much of a color, but I like it better when it's not matte, to be honest. If if we're being honest here. And I don't know why I wouldn't be honest. I mean, there are things I don't tell you. Not as many as there should be, maybe. But I'm generally pretty honest about what I do tell you. Yeah. Yeah, I like it better with a little shine. Not that I'm not a big fan of the color. But I didn't think I would be. So, Aura update. We have not been able to talk to anybody involved in her physical therapy. We did meet her speech therapist when we were there on Monday. And I told you that. And we were there for her sort of cognitive test, which was interesting. But we haven't talked to the physical therapist or the occupational therapist. When my dad went into rehab, after they did the evaluation, they had a meeting with the family to lay out, and him, to lay out the plan and to talk to us about what they were going to do for him. I haven't heard a peep. The people at the nurse's station don't seem to have a clue. They look up on, the young woman was able to look up to say she's scheduled for physical therapy and occupational therapy today, but but they don't have a schedule. They just come in whenever they come in. And this was like noon, and I said, well, can you tell if they were in this morning? And she didn't know. And now I went in the morning. I went in there about 11. And I think that's going to work out. If I go in the morning and Dennis goes in the late afternoon or early evening, then she gets 2 visits. And I felt like going in the morning works because her TV wasn't set up how she wanted it. I did a few things for her that were helpful for her and probably set up a more interesting and I got her. Oh, somehow her phone ringer got turned off. So I had called her and no answer. I'm like, you know what? I'm going over there. So, turns out her phone ringer had been turned off. So she didn't hear it, obviously. And anyway, so I fixed her TV and I fixed her phone and I moved things around so that she could reach them. And, just those little things that make you crazy when you're incapacitated. So anyway, I think that's the plan in general. But Dennis and I are both going over in a few minutes, which is why I'm early today. We have a meeting at 11:30, and we thought we'd go and visit her before we went. And so I'm up early, and I was going to make this short, but so far it's not that short. I got up early enough. So anyway, we got a phone number of the physical therapy people, so we're going to call today. Now I have the hiccups. So we're going to call today and see if we can find out what the plan is for Aura and, sort of, I think the speech therapist was able to look up and say, she's not she's at a very low level of ability now. That's all she could say, but she was the speech therapist. So we want to talk to the physical therapist. And, she went Sunday night, always on the weekend. But that worked out fine because she didn't get there till 5:30. So, and apparently somebody saw her on Monday, but we never heard anything. When Dennis went yesterday afternoon, she said she hadn't had physical therapy. Now, to be honest, she could very well have had physical therapy and just not remember. So we're going to try to get the deal on that. But she's okay. Dennis said she was moving her legs pretty good in the bed, doing her heel slides, which are one of her exercises when she's home. So he felt good about that. But we're going to try to figure out, talk to somebody who has a plan and find out what that is. So we'll try to do that. Maybe call on the way See if we can arrange to see somebody when we go in this morning. I think Kim's going to be in the area, so she might go visit her in the afternoon. So if she does, then we probably won't go back. But I think having 2 visits a day is, helps cut the boredom factor. But when we run out of so many things to say that we're sitting there watching The Rifleman on TV, that was it, so I was there for over an hour, but, and she was eating when I left, so. But she would really like to not be there, and I don't blame her for that at all. We would really like for her not to be there. So that's the big news, is all the recoveries or lack of information about recoveries of our invalids here. But I'm really glad that Pearl is off restrictions, so we can get a little bit back to normal, but it's hard to remember what that is. But having the dog door open is big for us, because Maisie kept going in and out and in and out and in and out. She'd go and bang on the door. So now she can let herself out. But that does mean I'm getting less exercise, since getting up and down and up and down. Something like exercise. So I'm a little off my, schedule, because no aura here. Everything is different, and it's hard to... She's been here. Oh, excuse me. She's been here for 2.5 years, so... It's hard for me to remember what my, days were like before she came. So, but I watched some TV, and I read some, and I knit some. I wasn't supposed to knit, but I put a salon pause on yesterday, and that really helped my arm. So that felt good. So I tinked back that one decrease row that I didn't decrease enough, and redid it to the right number. And I ripped back the other cuff and started knitting more of the pattern on the sleeve before I go into the cuff. And so then I get the sleeves to the same place, and then wind my other ball of pink, and then I'll be ready to go and finish the trove. I'm so happy with it. Then I'm going to block it, because I want to loosen it up a little bit, and then it'll be ready. And I think I'll be able to wear it a couple times this year before the weather gets too warm. I could wear it today, except it's not done yet. But I am really, really in love with how it turned out. So special. My Megan trove, all the yarn dyed by my friend Megan. Anyway, Saturday is our Zoom call. Mark your calendar, the 22nd is our Zoom call. It's at 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and we have such a good time. So please join us. I can't believe it's already been a month. Yeah, so the link to the Zoom is in the Ravelry group, Flame and Fiber Podcast Ravelry group. The Saturday Zoom thread is a sticky thread at the top, and it has the link to the Zoom, and we would love to have you. Lovely, lovely people. Not all knitting, some knitting talk, not all knitting talk. This, I don't know if this channel's still a knitting channel or not, although I have been knitting more, and I'll tell you, I was planning on taking yesterday off of knitting because of my arm hurting, but I couldn't. Does that mean I have my mojo back? I think it does. I mean, I didn't work a long time, but I did feel like I really needed to knit, so that felt good. That's what I think. I think that felt good. So, and I did make my lemon juice, so I'm all set. Whew. And yeah. Oh, and I have a deadline for my Christmas decorations. Pete and Terry are coming next Thursday, a week from tomorrow, so I have a week to get my Christmas decorations down so that everything can be put away so Pete and Terry can do their thing and clean the house, and then I can put back my original decorations. And I hope when I pull everything out of the basement so that we can repack it in bins and it can be more organized, that I come across that bin of all my decorations from 2 years ago that I love, that used to be on my mantle, and I don't know where it is. Speaking of things we lost, we I guess it was when we made pavlova for my birthday. When I say that, I think I have one left. Couldn't find the recipe. It was in our lost recipe folder, which we have never found. So that must have been recycled or something. I don't know. I mean, it was that fat. So we had to look it up again. We're building a new dessert folder. But it's really funny. Well, it's been gone long enough, and we've been building long enough that we rarely are like, oh no, we don't have that, because, you know, it's been gone 2 years now, right? Something like that. Anyway, so that's what's happening here. We're gonna go visit Aura first, and then go to our meeting, and see how she's doing, see if we can get in touch with somebody from the physical therapy. So that's the plan for today. What I do after that, I have no idea. Maybe I'll start thinking about straightening up so that I'll be ready when it's time to undecorate. That could happen. Yeah. Go back and visit Aura again, or maybe Kim will. I'll talk to her today and see if she's planning on visiting her mother. And well, when Dennis was there, Aura got 2 phone calls while he was there. So people haven't forgotten her, but it's yeah. She was like, I want to go home, but I know I can't. But I think anybody would want to. I'm like, yeah, I understand. I understand, my dear. I definitely understand. So I guess I'm going to go. I got to upload this and get ready so that I have about 40 minutes till we have to leave, so I can sit and relax while I upload you. One of these days I am going to get back to my yoga. I really got out of the habit of my yoga when things got hectic here. Yeah, not a fan of the lipstick. We'll see what we get out tomorrow. Meanwhile, please take good care of yourselves. Please, please, please stay safe and stay sane.